Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the top 10 biggest buffs for the ranking for the Open Great League. We have kind of some surprises here. They're all not directly just based on the numbers itself, but a lot of them climbed like literally from 0 to hero. And yeah, today we're going to have 10 buffs that I kind of want to showcase here today, now where we have the official ranking as well, with the assumed stats. Again, not everything is confirmed yet with the energy value, which you're only going to see when actually the season starts. But yeah, this is going to be it for the introduction here. Hopefully you enjoy those type of videos. If you do, if you want to see more, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down below what else you would like to see for the new season. And let's move right into the first Pokemon, which is Dodrio, which you already showcased before, but now this Pokemon actually has a ranking, and this Pokemon was starting at a rank 964 in order to now get up to rank 55. That is over 900 ranking increase, which is kind of crazy. This Pokemon got a ginormous buff, and also has two different ways of playing. You can also run Peck, Drill Peck, and Trailblaze if you want to have a bit of better coverage against ground-type Pokemon. This would be kind of interesting. But what we also see here, which I can finally do now as well, is kind of go up against the actual predicted meta, where we're going to see Pokemon like Bastiodon, Steelix, and Empoleon a little bit more. And with having basically a prediction here now for the meta, that's going to allow me to maybe showcase also some other Pokemon that maybe didn't get buffed that are going to be a little bit better for the upcoming meta here. But Dodrio going to be interesting, being rank 55 for the upcoming Great League. Next up, we're going to have here Kingdra. Kingdra is going to be at rank 628 before the season. Getting access to Dragon Breath being buffed, as well as getting access to Swift, is going to make this Pokemon not only better, but also more consistent. This Pokemon climbs up to rank 67, nearly 600 extra ranks here basically, but you have now faster pacing, which allows you to use Outrage a little bit more frequently and more consistently, and you're going to have Swift as a nice bait move. What we will see here is basically that Kingdra is dropping Octazooka, which was before the main bread and butter of this Pokemon, allowing it to debuff opponents, in order to have like Swift for more consistency. I could see that in the future though, maybe Kingdra still runs the normal moveset that we had already beforehand and that doesn't want to run Swift, because Octazooka debuff can literally decide battles. But here currently in the rankings at least, the Swift is going to be the better move to go for, and you're going to have a way better win rate than before, from 20% to 53.6%. And we can now welcome also the next best Dark and Flying type Pokemon. This is by far actually the best Dark and Flying type Pokemon for the upcoming season, which is hilarious, and I do actually kind of like it, because actually Murkrow had, those, like I don't know, like it was actually at one point the best Pokemon in VGC as well for the beginning of the recent game. Now, of course, it's not really the best anymore with all the legendaries released, but now we actually have Murkrow being a good Pokemon in PvP as well, with a Drill Peck being buffed, with a Peck being buffed. This is, by the way, under the assumption that Peck is going to be a Shadow Claw clone. If Peck is going to have 7 energy instead of 8, this move is not going to be used by nearly any Pokemon. There needs to be a Shadow Claw clone in order to have impact on the meta. But yeah, Peck is going to be an interesting one here for sure, as this is going to allow you to all of a sudden climb up to 38. I actually have them mixed around. Sorry for that one. Yeah, 916 was before. 38 is now, but this Pokemon is going to be very, very good now with the recent buff. And also, what I want to say towards this Pokemon is that the Shadow variant has way better results in the rankings compared to the non-Shadow variant, so you kind of really want to have a Shadow Murkrow in order to really utilize the damage output. What I could see as well is that Foul Play maybe is not the ideal play on it. This is currently what's recommended. I think that Dark Pulse maybe is better, as Foul Play is 40 energy, same as Drill Peck, which you already have, and Dark Pulse gives you a little bit more damage for the Dark type side, basically, which I think might be the better way to go. The next Pokemon is going to be Dachsbun. Charm got changed. Charm is doing less damage now, but also generates one more energy most likely. And this change actually is going to be very, very much significant for Dachsbun. For the people who thought, oh, Charm finally gets nerfed. No, Charm got buffed, literally, because moves like Charmers that have a move that is 35 energy, which Dachsbun is one of them, Wigglytuff is one of them, Wigglytuff already also got before, that's why I didn't put it in here. Those Pokemon are going to get buffed next season, because here, while this is going to be the 0 to 1 shot scenario on the team sheet there basically, you're going to see already on the right side, this is just the 1 shot scenario on the right side. 34 wins, 21 losses. You're going to get to Psychic Fangs after 5 fast moves. This is pacing-wise a lot of times really nice, because it's going to allow you to have better pacing against 2-turn fast move users, because you're going to be on unequal turns now to get to your move. So a lot of times you're actually going to be able to just go straight for the Psychic Fangs and still keep best fast move timing. And just generally, you have Body Slam and Psychic Fangs. Body Slam also getting buffed on this Pokemon, giving you also the option still to do just some harder hitting normal type damage there, which is going to be kind of alright. And so like Dachsbun is going to be one of the biggest winner, getting over 100 ranking here, and again getting up from 114 to number 12 is a bigger feat than, for example, going from 900 something to 55. Like getting into the top meta here like Dachsbun did is going to be something that at least I didn't really see coming, but that's why I'm kind of happy for like the official kind of rankings now from PvPoke. And another Pokemon that you most likely didn't really expect to see here today is going to be Gyarados. Gyarados, all of a sudden, in the Great League is going to be number 33. Being a flying and water type Pokemon, having one of the best type combinations as well with that. Getting super fast into the Aqua Tail with a recent Dragon Breath change is going to be so impactful for this Pokemon, because you're just going to be able to get there after 9 fast moves, which is ridiculously fast, faster than most of the Pokemon in the current meta. And yeah, this is going to be crazy. Like, this Pokemon is going to be super good now in any kind of league most likely. And yeah, this is going to be the return of the Gyarados, having great stab damage with the Aqua Tail, which had like a good flying type move, but like it just doesn't really learn a good flying type move in the game. I think it learns Fly or something. I'm not too sure if it learns Fly in the main CS games. But yeah, this is basically the issue of Gyarados. Never had really a good flying type coverage move, but Crunch still is going to be great in the current meta, as there are a lot of ghost types still around as well for the upcoming season. Bastion is starting off at rank 47, which is already something that maybe you would assume is not going to get into the list, but getting from rank 47 all the way up to rank 6 is a ginormous feat. Like, this is a very big climb. And while the average rating maybe is not as the craziest here, it's going to have its play in the current meta. It's going to be super good. Smackdown got buffed, which is one of the bigger things, of course, for this Pokemon. Gotta get back to what it did before in terms of damage. But the main thing why Bastion is going to perform that well is because Charmers got buffed, Bastion completely destroy them, Flying type Pokemon get buffed. And so while here on the average rating might not be as crazy, I think on the 2 shades it's going to be even better. This Pokemon, I think, is going to have a lot of impact in the current meta. I think it's going to be one of those Pokemon that you have to be prepared for the upcoming season. Bastiodon is so back, and yeah, there might be even another video where I'm just going to take a look at like Pokemon that have been good before that kind of are now going to be back again. Bastiodon is definitely one of those. Empoleon was never at the point where it was like top meta. It was at one point, like for I think one season, where Steel Wing was kind of very strong. It was a solid pick for the Open Great League. Now with Metal Sound, this Pokemon is so back. The reason for this is the pacing. Metal Sound is, I think, generating 4 energy per turn, basically. So I think 8 per Metal Sound. I don't know. I think that's kind of what it is. Which means you're going to have kind of similar pacing that you have with this Pokemon compared to something like the Feraligatr. You have the same pacing with that one. But compared to the Feraligatr, you have better coverage. Drill Peck is a very strong move that is going to allow you to hit also grass type Pokemon for super effective, which you kind of could struggle against. But not only this, also fighting type Pokemon that you can struggle with. But also water and steel is one of the best type combinations in the game. Being only weak to, I think, electric, ground, and fighting. I think that's kind of it. But having a ton of resistances is going to be super massive for this Pokemon. And especially in the meta again, where fairy type Pokemon going to dominate, where Steel type Pokemon going to dominate. They are most of the times also weak to the Hydro Cannon. This Pokemon is going to completely destroy the meta. Empoleon is a must-have build for you right now, and I would definitely recommend you to give this Pokemon a try and try to build this Pokemon for sure. Turtonator is going to be next. This turtle is going to be an interesting one, as you're going to have here Incinerate, Brutal Swing, and Dragon Claw. This Pokemon got actually changed in 4 different ways. Ember got buffed, which I do think actually has a lot of play on Turtonator, just give you less fire type damage, but I don't know if you really need it. You're going to have Brutal Swing, which is just the cheapest move, gives you good coverage against Ghost type Pokemon. And then you have Dragon Claw, which got changed as well. Got buffed up to 80 damage, but needs mostly a 45 energy, which is going to be still very cheap for it and makes it a very good Incinerate user. This Pokemon is especially going to be functioning well as a closer, a Pokemon that maybe can farm down the Pokemon and then has like an energy advantage. It's very difficult to take it down as soon as it gets like somewhat of an advantage in the game. It's very difficult to take down. Of course, Azumarill is going to definitely enjoy this kind of coverage here that this Pokemon has. Azumarill is going to be able to hardwall Turtonator, but everything else is going to struggle quite a bit against it, so one of the top tier Pokemon to have for the next season. Next up, we're going to have Kommo-o. This Pokemon is going to be at currently rank 174, and honestly, you're going to climb so much to rank 16, being in top meta for the Go Battle League, thanks to Dragon Tail being changed and Upper Hand being added onto it. The Dragon Tail change is going to allow you to get to Upper Hand quite fast, and now you have all of a sudden not only good Dragon type damage, which you had already previously, you're also going to have good Fighting type damage without debuffing yourself directly. Upper Hand's pacing is going to be great because it's going to be a 40 energy move. And with a change to Dragon Tail, this is going to make this Pokemon so much more consistent, so much more interesting to run. But of course, there are going to be some weaknesses as well. For example, the Fairy type Pokemon going to be a big problem for this Pokemon this season, but also it kind of benefits of the rise of Bastiodon, so it's going to be an interesting Pokemon to have. Definitely worth building for the upcoming meta. Altaria is going to be next. One of those Pokemon that kind of you have to dust off the dust here from this Pokemon, because again, it is going to be one of those that was already great before, then fell off, and now it's great again. This Pokemon dominated the first, I think, like 5-6 seasons of competitive PvP, Pokemon Go PvP, and then completely kind of fell off because Sky Attack got changed. Sky Attack got changed actually for Skarmory's reason mainly, not because Altaria is too overpowered, even though Altaria was also very, very strong though. But now Sky Attack got changed again, but also Dragon Breath got changed, and Peck got changed, and Dragon Pulse got changed. And all those moves this Pokemon has access to, which is going to be kinda why this Pokemon is going to be so interesting for the upcoming meta, because this is the moveset that PvPoke recommends, getting it up to over 170 plus ranking there. But I could see so many different kind of things. Also, Flamethrower get added on this Pokemon, which I completely forgot to talk about. But I don't even know if Dragon Breath is going to be what you want to have on it. Could be also Peck. If Peck is going to be a Shadow Claw clone, it might be kind of better. But to be fair, Dragon Breath and Peck kind of do the same stuff then. So like it would be most likely better to have Dragon Breath on this Pokemon. But here with the new rankings, you see already on how much this Pokemon is going to increase. But I also do think that this Pokemon is going to be better when you actually play it compared to on paper. This Pokemon has insane amounts of bulk. Dragon Breath is still going to chunk. You have Sky Attack, which is going to be cheaper, and then you have a lot of different kind of options for the moveset as well, which the opponent all has to respect. Like Moonblast is an option, Dazzling Beam is an option. There's a lot of things that this Pokemon can do, and so I'm excited for the upcoming meta here with also the Altaria. That's also going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know down below what you want to see next, and yeah, I read all the comments. I hope I see you there as well, and I will see you then. Bye bye.